It's your boy Chill Will. Welcome back to 6-0. Got something to light up, you of age. Spark it up. Let's go over this NBA draft. Now, the first couple of picks went as expected. We all expected Edwards to go number one. Athletic, big body, physical, ready to get to the line, ready to contribute from day one. I think that was an excellent pick by Minnesota. Doesn't overlap, doesn't get into any egos as it would having LaMelo Ball there with all the attention that he brings and having the same skill set as D. Russell, so that gives them something else to look forward to. With the second pick, I expected Wiseman, especially with Clay going down with that Achilles. Hope you get better, my brother, because we miss you. And I thought the Warriors was going to have a great chance of coming back this year. But they got Wiseman, though. Athletic, big, kind of reminds me of the young kid out of New York with the hops, with the crazy athleticism. Going to run hard to the rim, rebound, defend, and he got a nice little lefty stroke. So they said if the boy keep putting in work, he could be like a left-handed Chris Bosh. And with the absence of Clay, we need it. But with Kelly Oubre coming here, they're looking in a great position. Down with the number 3 pick, Charlotte Hornets took the best player on the board, LaMelo Ball. Now I already noticed that a couple of his teammates didn't even big the man up when he first got drafted. They was bigging up people that they had played college in, but they didn't big up their number 3 pick. To me, that's hate, that's jealousy. As a number 3 pick, you brothers was garbage last year. You niggas sucked. You barely won. You was 28 out of 30 in attendance. So you get automatically a playmaker who enjoys getting up and down the court, pushing the pace, getting you easy buckets, and garnering attention to give you more attention to build your brand and get some wins. It's a win-win situation. But when you're a hater and you don't know no better, you don't do no better. But that's one of the best draft picks I've seen them made in years, and there's nothing but star potential on that boy. 6'7", 6'8", still filling out his frame. Great pick by Jordan and the Charlotte Hornets. Next, we got the next pick with the Chicago Bulls. I didn't know who the Chicago Bulls were going to pick. They picked my man Patrick Williams out of left field. I thought they was going to go with the 6'10", 6'11", sweet shooting playmaker out of Israel, Denny. But they went their left field. They must have had that man half on the draft board. Understand that he brought the things that they wanted to bring to the table to belong against Zach LaVine and Kobe White, Marklin, and that boy Carter. So they got a nice, good nucleus. They waived Chris Dunn and a couple other players. So hopefully they're going to bring in some veteran depth you can always use shooting on the bench. So they got a bright future. Next pick with the Cleveland class. I thought they was going to go for that high-flying big boy out of state, in-state, which is Obi Toppin. But they went with Isaiah Okoro. Solid player out of Auburn. We ain't had a good Auburn player since that man, the round mound CB, Charles Barkley. Still got that man shoes, a couple pair. One of the greatest to ever do it. Salute to CB. But man, Isaac, high flyer, defender. Gonna get better with the handle. Gonna get better with shooting the ball. They got a solid player, which hopefully he can come in with the dynamic. I call him the Portland backcourt of the East. Out of Cleveland. So hopefully all them people together with the strong bench that they got, with the young squad that they got, they can get up and make some noise. Next we got the Atlanta Hawks. You know they got Trigger Trey. And for their draft pick, they surprised everybody too. They got that boy Onyeka Okongwu from USC. I didn't think they needed another big running the floor, but everybody's saying he got the same measurables as Bam Adebayo, who, if he don't let Miami hoodwink him, he should get that goddamn max like his boy Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum got. They both got 195 apiece, and I ain't taking nothing less than that. And that's real Holyfield. But they got a solid player, another guy that play versatile defense who can play the 4 or 5. So great pick by the Atlanta Hawks. They coming up. Next pick, Detroit. Detroit went with a left-handed, sweet shooting, American-born French player who grew up in France, but he coming back home to the States, and Killian Hayes. The boy got a sweet left hand, not the most athletic, just like Ball, but at 6'5", he can see over defenders, get to the rim. He can finish mostly with his left hand, has to work on his right hand, but he's a competitor, he can score, and he can get other people involved. That's a great pick for Detroit, especially with the cap space that they moving in the new direction that they going. Salute to them brothers. Next, we got the Knicks. The Knicks need some luck. They did good with R.J. Barrett. Now they got Obi Toppin. Now they got the high flyer that they need. The Knicks ain't never had an above-rim superstar. I know Stephen A. is happy about that. Now they need to address that gaping hole as a playmaker, a point guard, a dog. Somebody's going to get out there, score you buckets, make the defense honest, break them down, put R.J., put Obi, and put the other role players in great positions to get easy buckets, and that's what a true floor general is like, especially when you got a athletic beast like Obi Toppin on the wing coming through in transition. They're going to be an exciting team to watch. Next up is the Washington Wizards. Washington Wizards took it all the way to Israel. They got that 6'10", 6'11", playmaker, sweet shooter. So just in case John Wall gets injured again or he wants to play off the ball, they got somebody else that can bring up the ball, allow Bradley Beal to do what he do best, come off the ball, put pressure on defense, come off down screens like Steph Curry, catch the ball in one-on-one situations on the baseline, pull up for that mid-range or take it all the way to the court, and you got the threat of three-point shooters with John Wall's improved shooting coming off his injury, and the other young draft picks they got from last year and a couple years ago along with this one. So Washington, good pick. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys doing on League Pass. Next up, we got the Phoenix Suns. I'm disappointed in them. They let my man Jalen Lack go. He's an athletic beast. But they picked up a power forward out of Maryland, Jalen Smith. That man got ball skills. He could dribble a little bit, over the left shoulder, over the right shoulder quick move. Now when you look at that front court, they have one of the biggest and most athletic front courts in the West Coast with a young team. With Chris Paul running the show now, pick and roll with either the 4 or the 5, or 2 and the 4, 2 and the 5. It's going to put pressure on defense with shooters and Bridges playing the defense on both ends of the court, and the offense that he brings with his shooting now and his improved ball handling. That's a great pick in Jalen Smith. Phoenix Suns is only up from here. Next, we got Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs. Let's see what they do. They're trying to get back to glory. They picked my man Devin Vassell out of Florida State. Got them a solid shooting guard. I don't think they high on the one kid with the locks on top. He's real athletic, but he wasn't shooting that good. Rudy Gay is old, so getting a versatile two-way player that can put pressure on the defense, pull up from three, pull up from mid-range, get all the way to the back end, and pass to an open player. It's going to greatly improve their chances for the next season. Next up, we got the Sacramento Kings. And what's up with my man? Shout out to De'Aaron Fox on his contract extension. Your boy Sacramento got a dog in that man Tyrese Halliburton. He like Alonzo Ball type, silky smooth with the ball. They said he's aggressive. He got a little bit more finishing packet with his left hand than Denzel. He like that contact. He looks for it. He want to score. Loves getting his players involved. And when you got him paired up with the speed demon and De'Aaron Fox, and another man that could bring it up and let De'Aaron Fox run the floor without having the ball, and then they can switch and do both, man, that's a great pick. High basketball IQ, versatility, another version of extension on the coach on the floor. Well done. Next up, we got the Pelicans. Shout out to my man Z-Dub. Pelicans pick Kira Lewis Jr. out of Alabama, another point guard. That's putting pressure on Zoe. Zoe should already have pressure on him. Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum both got $195 million extension, especially if they get on the first, second, or third team All-NBA team. They're eligible for up to $195 million. He came out of 2017 too. And now with another hungry point guard out of Kira Lewis Jr. out of Alabama, rugged, playing under my man that played in the NBA, he's going to come in ready. He's going to come in hungry. He's not going to come in conceding nothing. He's going to come in and take what he wants. Now we got Boston coming up next. You know, they got a myriad of drafts picks that they got stashed up. Shout out to Danny Age, ex-Phoenix Sun, played out there with the Mount Round. They picked Aaron Naismith, small forward, so they got a lot of young wings on that team. Young players. So these rumors that we're hearing about Kemba Walker possibly being traded to Chicago Bulls, other suitors, may be coming true, because if you look on their bench, they have a lot of young talent that they can spur and blossom and have run behind Tatum and Brown as young racehorses. And they just added Aaron Naismith out of South Carolina, and we all know who came out of there: Zion, John Morant, Kevin Garnett, Larry Nance, Chris Middleton, and the list goes on. So it must be something in that water that makes it a tough breed for that college and that NBA level. But let's take it back to Florida and let's see what the Orlando Magic want to pick for they pick. They up now. Shout out to them for picking Markelle Fultz. I like that young brother. Now they got them another dynamic scorer, Cole Anthony, straight out of New York, son of Greg Anthony, tough nose, New York cat, all over. So with those two, you have now one of the youngest, the most dynamic backcourts in the league that's going to be able to put pressures on defenses day in and day out. So with the further development of Mo Bamba and Isaac shooting from the three and filling up the roster with veteran presence, people that play defense and people that can shoot, the sky is the limit. They're going to be knocking on the door, especially in the Eastern Conference, between that 6th and 8th spot. And if they have a better than expected season, they can possibly reach the 5th. But they coming though, so the East is getting stronger. It's not just looking to the West to be dominated. And Cole Anthony brings a dynamic 3-level scorer who breathes, eat, and oozes confidence. He's not going to run from nothing. Great pick by Orlando Magic. Next, we got Portland Trailblazers. Shout out for them for re-signing my man Carmelo Anthony to another vet minimum 1-year deal. And the Portland Trailblazers pick Isaiah Stewart, a center out of Washington. That's good, especially with the problems that they had with Nurkic getting injured last year. That really put a hamper on them, made them have to go out to the free market and pick up a couple of people, that's not at the top of the game, not to the most focused, not the most team player. But now they got a young, hungry kid who's going to solidify himself in the NBA, get in the playoffs, make his mark, and Isaiah Stewart. So they got a big man there they can rely on, who got the age and the youth. So if anything happened to Nurkic, they back in the situation. Next pick, we back with the Minnesota Timberwolves. There they got Anthony Edwards. It's their second pick, and they go with a player from Serbia, Aleski Pushevski, and most likely they're going to stash and dash him. He's a tall playmaker, playing at the 5'4" position, stretch the floor, can put the ball on the floor a little bit, has improved his handle, has a sweet stroke, so that's good for Karl Anthony's house. He can stretch out the floor and give a lane for either Karl to go to work or have D'Lo go to work, or definitely have Anthony slash. So I think that's a great pickup for them. And like I said, I don't think he's going to play this year. They're going to stash him in Europe and then pick him up later. Next up, we got the Dallas Mavericks. And with them, they got Luka, they got Porzingis. Let's see who they get. They got Josh Green. I think that's another good pick for them. Low salary cap, tough-nosed player like Dylan Brooks out of Memphis. Stocky, big body, got a sweet little stroke on him. Play defense, wants it, never afraid of the situation, never afraid of the big moment. And I think he'll fit in good with the culture that they got going in Dallas under Mark Cuban and the leadership of Luka Doncic and Porzingis, Hardaway and the boys. They did lose Seth Curry, so picking up another shooting guard and Josh Green, that's a good look. Next up, we got them Brooklyn Nets, baby. You know they got KD. You know they got the Wizard himself, Kyrie Irving. And they just picked up my man, Sadiq Bey, a power forward out of Villanova. And we know how them boys play out of Villanova. They smart, they tough, they well coached, they high IQ, high character guys. And the same thing go from my man, Sadiq Bey. He can play both forward positions, a small forward, the power forward, dribble a little bit, shoot a little bit, couple of moves. He should be able to make a impact for his team from day one, and especially if they keep the pick, the sky's the limit for this young kid. He's a big kid. Next, we got up the Heat. The Heat need to make sure that they pay my man Bam Adebayo all this money they deserve. Don't jerk him around like they try to do Brown, Wade, and Bosh when they're trying to offer 3 max contracts. But the Heat came up. They got Precious Achiuwa. definitely fit in with the culture, hardworking, dog on defense, wants to get after it, doesn't want the glory, wants the W, and that's what the Miami Heat and Pack culture built for the last 20 years and 20 plus years now, and he's going to fit right in for him. Great picks. Hopefully, if they sign Bam to his extension, they can keep Tyler Hero and keep building on the momentum and success that they had last season. Next up, we got the 76ers, baby. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. Let's see what they're going to do. If me, I'm keeping my man Ben. They got Tyrese Maxey out of Kentucky. Nice guard, signed with Clutch. So you know you signed with Clutch, you got to have that ultimate confidence. He can play either guard position, the 1, the 2, can even slide at the 3 if need be at 6'4" with good length. The boy can shoot it. He can dribble. He can pass it. He can has the potential to be an excellent defender with his length. We know that he's good, coachable, good character kid, being coached by Coach John Calipari out of Kentucky. Sky's the limit for kids, man. Hope y'all sparking up, lighting up, man. Next pick. Back to the Nuggets. The Nuggets need to play. The Nuggets need to start Porter. They need to put my man Porter in and Bo. They just drafted Zeke Najai out of Arizona. He played with Nika Manning, and they had a good pick and roll. And that man caught a lot of lobs, ran the floor, high character, high locker room guy, intelligent. All the makers of a good teammate, and especially if he can expand his skills, shooting threes, putting it on the floor a little bit, passing out of double teams across court. Sky's the limit for the kid. Now we got the New York Knickerbockers right back on their selection. Let's see what they pick for the 22nd pick. They need some more point guards. They got Argentina, so hopefully they try to get that man of Ginobili with that Eurostep and Leonardo Bamaro. You know how they gonna say it. Another one of the European guys, very fundamental, big, got length, can shoot it, competitor, will get better each summer. Work. Team player, doesn't have an ego, somebody that you can come in and serve in the locker room, knows going to play their part, going to buy into the system, and the sky's the limit for the kid. And next up, we got my man R.J. Hampton going to the Bucks, but he's not really going to the Bucks. The Bucks traded that pick to Denver Nuggets. So if I'm R.J. Hampton, he got a good chance of starting, in my opinion. Athletic guard, 6'5", hungry, wants to prove himself. I know he feels slighted in his draft. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick. He slid all the way down to the end of the first round. So I know he's going to go into the training camp within a little bit over a week and prove something that he deserves to be that starting shooting guard behind Harris, or even take his position. It's time for the young boys to come and show what they wanted. You got to take it. Next, we got OKC. Congratulations on the season they had last year, my man CP3. And they picked up another Kentucky boy out of Emmanuel Quigley. Now, he definitely going to have to play backup to the big boy out of there, Canadian boy, 6'6", with the length. But he has a good chance of getting a lot of minutes being coached under John Calipari. So, you know, he's going to be high character, high moral. He's going to have the skill set that you need, and the best skill set that he has is shooting, and shooting's at a premium, so that might make him get more playing time on the floor with the starting PG. Next, we got Boston Celtics. Like I said again, you know, they have a myriad of draft picks in the first round, and they pick one of them white boys that get it, man. Peyton Pritchardson out of Oregon. You know, dog, shoot, can dribble, can pass, competitor. He's going to get at it. Not the most athletic guy, but he puts in the work. He's very skilled. He knows what he's good at, and he does it like second nature. So they're getting a dog. They're getting a dog in him, and I expect him to fight for playing time, especially if they don't want to re-sign Brad Wanamaker or the rumor of Kemba Walker getting traded. They got backups. Next up, we got the defending champ, baby Lake Show, and they picked my man Jaden McDaniels. Powerful out of Washington. Welcome to the Lake Show, baby. Yes, I'm a Laker fan. So, you know, we just had a hell of an off season. I'm going to go over that in another video. But we pick up Jaden McDaniels, another cat with size, coming in as a power forward position up front. We like length. We like big guys. We want you to run the floor. We want you to play defense. He's a cousin of Juwan Howard, so he's acclimated to the NBA life. I'm pretty sure he got the tricks and the trades of the profession, so let's go. We excited. Next up on the clock, we got them Toronto boys out of the Toronto Raptors, and they picked Malachi Flynn out of San Diego State. Shout out to the Aztecs. White Boy can go. He can go. He get it like white chocolate. But here, brother, left with the right, with the red hair. The man can shoot. He's a competitor, highly intelligent, highly competitive in nature. He gets the ball up on the floor. He can run the show. He could be an extension of the coach on the floor, which all coaches are looking for. Excellent pick. Next up again, we got them Boston Celtics boys out east. Green machine. They trying to come back. They trying to come back to glory. And they picked Desmond Bane, another wing. So they have another young wing. So with all these myriad of wings, I think they want to try to play a version of small ball where they have so many wings on the court. Everybody can handle the ball. Everybody can pass. Everybody can shoot. Everybody can dribble. It puts so much pressure on the defense. Like, where do you go? Who do I stop when I have to look at everybody that's on there? So I think overall it was a good draft, and I think a lot of the people from the 10th to the 30th spot are going to surprise a lot of people. I'm looking forward to LaMelo Ball doing his thing in Charlotte. And with the next pick, we got the Utah Jazz picking Udoka Azubuike out of Kansas. I haven't really watched much of the brother, but he said he got a nice interior presence. And playing with Kansas coaches, they like their big man to be physical, like Joel Embiid, have good footwork and the potential to put the ball up, do a dream shake. And looking at his highlights, he got that potential to do that and score, pound the ball on the inside, pass it out on the outside, pull up a little 10, 15 footer, which you need as a big to stretch it in the NBA today. And that concludes the whole first round of the draft. Once again, it's your boy Chill Will. I say to know. Make sure you enjoy what you enjoy responsibly. And if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. Consider subscribing. We're going to talk about basketball, trees, goes hand in hand together. So if that's something like you're interested in, smash that like button, hit that subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video. Yes, sir.